and welcome back, everyone, to another Who Would Win Double Trouble. As I said, because I have free time, I'm pretty much just trying to run out my Who Would Win book before I actually get all the way back to the front of the book, and I'm getting close. So I'm just adding a Who Won every day. I would normally do a Who Would Win, which during the week of is every day. So with this one from Punisher Soulless Fiction, we have Kratos versus Omni-Man, which I was shocked by. I couldn't find anyone else who had given me this suggestion. I would have thought this would have been a much more highly requested suggestion. And maybe it is, and maybe I couldn't find it in the book, but I was looking through the entire book. Mind you, I've got enough suggestions to basically last me years, and if no one ever gave me more suggestions. But I do like the image of Omni-Man I got there, because it almost looks like the skin has been torn off his neck muscles. Almost, but I do know that's his outfit. But yeah, two fathers of the year. Granted, Kratos is actually not a terrible dad. It's just he's very distant from his son because he's very stoic and manly. Boy. But not boy. I can't do that Kratos voice. That's boy. I can't do it. My voice just isn't that deep. But yeah, Kratos, the god of war, the ghost of Sparta, and if you follow the last game, possible future High Father or All Father. And Omni-Man, the Viltrumite, come to conquer Earth, seed Earth, conquer Earth, and then turn traitor to the Viltrumites. This is one of those scenarios where, again, at the end, I think it is a clear, maybe not a clear answer, but I think there is a clear winner. But again, it's not a stomp. Omni-Man is a Viltrumite. He's a Superman clone from a different comic universe, Image Comics, if I'm not mistaken. As a Viltrumite, he's actually kind of like a cross between a Kryptonian and a Saiyan. They get stronger as they get older. They also get stronger after every battle. Essentially, they get a Zenkai boost. Their bodies are composed of smart atoms, which does adjust their power to the foe they're fighting. Omni-Man himself is well over, I believe, they say like 1,000 years old. As they get older, their aging slows down as well. Like the older they get, the slower they age. Omni-Man himself has moved millions, if not billions of times the speed of light before. But that's traveling speed. He's lit the atmosphere of a planet on fire just through sheer speed alone. He's burst through a planetoid before, but to be fair, I believe the planet was unstable, and he had the help of 3 other Viltrumites to do so. Even if the planet is larger than Earth by a good margin, you still got to give him a third of that calc. So he could probably run through the Earth at full power. He could blitz through the Earth, because if that planet is like 3 times or 4 times the size of Earth, and he took on a third of that, that does mean he should be able to blow up a planet on his own if he really wanted to. At least something at the size of Earth, roughly speaking. But that would take all of his power to do so, like ramming speed, and he'd probably knock himself out. He's durable enough to fight for days in space. He can be ripped apart, and as long as his vital organs like his heart or his brain aren't damaged, he can be brought back. Viltrumite technology is insane for healing capabilities. He is strong enough to literally just break monsters in half. Durable enough to take shots from even someone like Thrag and not die. He can even survive being in a sun for a while, which solar plasma is a weakness of Viltrumites. He does also have the weakness of high sonic frequencies to like disrupt his hearing and equilibrate him so he can't fly. He obviously can fly as well. But Omni-Man is not invincible. He's not Mark, but he's also just not invincible. He's not the strongest Viltrumite there is. I don't know if Conquest is stronger than Omni-Man, but we know Thrag was stronger than Omni-Man. And by that omission, Battle Beast is almost certainly stronger than Omni-Man. So he's not even the strongest guy in his verse, but he is exceptionally powerful, has centuries, if not millennia worth of combat experience under his belt, and is just a force to be reckoned with on the battlefield. Kratos is obviously the son of Zeus. He's a demigod, and he has the power of a demigod. Now, he did lose a chunk of that once we got into the Norse version of the games, but he did regain some of that later on, including his blades of Sparta, which are chains that are chain blades connected to his wrists that he can just light on fire and use. He's also got the Leviathan axe, which is apparently apparently comparable to Mjolnir. He's got the strength to fight back Ragnarok itself, to fight Zeus and fight Gaia, fight Kronos. Like he is in a fight with Zeus at his peak. His peak is probably in, I think, what was it, God of War 3, where he fought Zeus? That would be his peak, I would say. Although Odin is also relatively powerful as well. Though I don't think quite as powerful as Zeus. As peak, he basically fought a battle that shook the very heavens and the cosmos. His power is comparable enough to threaten or shake the world tree in his clashes, which connects multiple realms, planes of existence, dimensions, whatever you want to call them. He's your good baby. I love you. I'll be in the other room in a little while. He's like, hello, I would like to be loved, please. Hello, I am on camera now. Love me. Yeah, you. So yes, you do want to be loved. How about this? I'll do my what if in the other room. How about that, Papa? Just give me a few minutes to finish the one up. So, and then Kratos is an experienced Spartan combatant. He also has many different weapons under his belt if you're giving him everything under his belt that he got throughout all the Greek games and the Norse games. Domino, no, you're not going back out. No, I'm not letting you back out. No. So if you hear scraping, she's trying to go back out. But A, it's hot as hell out there, and she's doing this to get attention. So no. So this comes down to, so what? Let's break this down. What does Omni-Man have over Kratos? Well, he's actually much older than Kratos. First off, he's actually like I think he do say he is over 1,000. Even if he's only like 500 years old, which I don't think he is. I think he's older than that. He's like at least 1,000. He still has way more combat experience than Kratos. He also has the ability to fly, which is something Kratos does not have. Domino, no. Sorry about that. And you're probably gonna see me do that a couple times because you're being a little brat right now. No. So he's got flight. So he's got basically a battlefield, a tactical advantage on the battlefield as it is. He's also faster in terms of just raw traveling speed. He can, but this is where the problems for him start to come into the fight. While he is in theory strong enough to blow up a planet on his own, so provided it's like an Earth-sized planet, he's going all out. Kratos can hold back. Kratos can shake the world tree, which holds multiple worlds together. He at his peak, he shook the heavens with Zeus. That's levels of strength that even Omni-Man doesn't have, not even close. Add on to the fact that he has a vast arsenal of weapons that, honestly, because they're divine, they're God forged, they're technically divine forged. He could, these weapons can, or at least could, hurt Omni-Man significantly. The Leviathan axe could do it. Blades of Sparta could theoretically do it. These weapons do hold possible power to wound severely Omni-Man. And if you factor durability, well, Kratos can also go toe-to-toe with individuals like Zeus. He held back Kronos. This means he has the durability to go up against world enders, if not greater. So strength and durability actually probably goes to Kratos. So the question is Omni-Man's sheer speed, which I would say is probably greater than Kratos, might have better reaction speed, maybe, but straight traveling speed, Omni-Man's got that beat. He's got better combat, tactical, whatever. He's got better battlefield control. That's the term I've been looking for. Battlefield control with flight. He's faster, and he's got more experience under his belt. But Kratos is still a massive experience warrior. Has killed far more powerful individuals than Omni-Man has, and has a far greater arsenal of weapons to use, as well as just, I think, is at least comparable in strength, if not greater, and at least comparable durability, if not greater. So how does this play out? Well, I do think it's Kratos who wins. Omni-Man is probably the aggressor, though, because he would see Kratos as a threat to his plans if we're going by, early series Omni-Man. So he would start to speed blitz Kratos for a while, and he's got the strength to certainly hurt Kratos. That I don't think is in question. The question just is, when does Kratos eventually catch him off guard? And just, finally just be like, gets the blades of Sparta out, just and actually tags on the man, and just maybe gets like, and finally just grabs him by the throat, and just starts beating the hell out of Omni-Man. Now, Omni-Man's not just going to be like, oh no, he's going to fight back too. They're going to start duking out. They're going to go fist to fist, weapon to weapon, whatever Omni-Man can take. But again, these are all divine forged weapons. Divinity being a loose term here, but they're God forged weapons. Their weapon, and he's got weapons like the Jaws of Hades or something like that, which I think can steal souls, which Omni-Man has no proper defense for. He's got obviously Hercules gauntlets. He's got he's got weapons from Apollo, Zeus himself. Like he's got, and that's not even including Leviathan X or the Blade of Sparta or the Spear, which I don't even remember the name of. He's got too much to overwhelm Omni-Man, and again, all those weapons are God forged on some level, so they should actually have some level of ability to harm Omni. I'm not saying they're going to be immediately lethal, but the fact is, Omni-Man could possibly be hurt by these things. And if he can be hurt, then when you apply the force of someone who's just as strong, if not stronger, than Omni-Man behind that, he can be killed. So I think these guys are going to be duking it out for a while. And endurance-wise, Omni-Man might have that advantage as well, because Infiltramites have insane endurance. But while he does kind of have a healing factor to some degree, it's one of the things that Kratos isn't just going to let him heal just immediately. He'll let him retreat. No, he's going to be forcing that fight. If he runs the blades of Sparta around him and brings out the sword of Olympus or the blade of Olympus, then yeah, that blade of Olympus I think can kill Omni-Man straight out. So yeah, while I think this would be a dragged out and bare knuckle brawl between these guys, them throwing everything they have at each other, I do think Kratos actually comes out the winner in that. He just has the overall better feats when it comes to his physicality, just because of the way his world works. And while Omni-Man has some great physical feats as well, his are a little mired by the circumstances behind him. Again, he brought a planet that was roughly 3 times the size of Earth, I think, roughly. And I'm going by the Death Battle calc on that. But, and I hate the fact Death Battle did not remember to do this, but he did it with the help of 3 other Viltrumites. And I think, again, the planet was somewhat unstable at the time, too. So even if you give it the best calc feat you could on that, even if you do give it the calc feat he had, he only gets 1/3 of that calc feat. So, yeah, it's tough. Now he still has that feat of lighting the planet's atmosphere on fire just by flying super fast. He still got that, which does put him speed wise, I think, above Kratos, who without say like the wings of Hermes or something like that, or without. Well, actually, honestly, Icarus's wings don't give him that much speed. But yeah, without something from Hermes, he's not moving that fast. So he does have some stat advantages over Kratos, but I think the overall stat advantages, plus arsenal, plus feats, go to Kratos. So my money's on the God of War himself. Who do you got? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. See you next time. Later.